Babe, let me say this up front, because I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to tell you all the truth, the harsh reality. You're never gonna be an alpha. Ever. Not in the way you've been told it to be. Not like, the type of man that gets whatever he wants, not the type of man that gets all the women. You're never gonna be that ultra masculine man that is respected by everyone. I know, you try. You keep trying, but it's not gonna happen. Don't act surprised because you know this already. Deep down, you already know all of this. That you're not an alpha and that you will never be no matter how much you try. But that's okay because to me, that's not a flaw. That's your role. That's who you were born to be. A beta. Let's be clear, being an alpha is not about being the loudest. It's not about being the strongest. It's all about presence, power, effortless leadership. It's about being the type of man that every woman wants. It's simple. Real men don't beg. Real men don't try hard. And if you have to beg, to ask for it, and to try, then you're not an alpha. I know why you clicked this video. It's because you don't want to be an alpha. You already know that you'll never be one. What you want, it's something different. You don't want to lead. You want to belong to someone that leads. Let me guess, you probably tried, didn't you? You tried and you failed. Maybe you went to the gym. Maybe you deepened your voice. Maybe you tried to study alphas and tried to act like them. And you failed. Because that was not the real you. You felt fake. You felt empty. And now you probably came to terms with it. That you are not an alpha and that's just not who you are. You know what? Good for you. Because acceptance is just freedom. You don't have to pretend anymore. You're not meant to dominate. You're meant to obey, babe. You're not meant to be a protector. You're meant to be a provider. You know what? Here's a twist that you never expected. Powerful, dominant women love men like you. We want guys like you. So you need to stop chasing women in general. You need to stop chasing just hot girls that you like. No, it's not like that. You need to go after the type of women that you need. And that is strong, dominant women. Women like that are just gonna empower you. They're gonna give you structure. They're gonna train you to be the best version of yourself. They're gonna help you. They're gonna give you purpose. That's why you need to go after that kind of women that are gonna shape you into your best version. You need to work on yourself too and become a good boy that knows how to be obedient, how to follow order without complaining, without questioning. You need to just learn to be obedient, loyal, supportive, selfless, patient, and so much more. You know, obedience is not weakness, it's the opposite. It takes a lot of strength and courage and so much else to be the one that just follows instead of chasing, to be the one that stays quiet and only talks when he's allowed, to be the one that is completely selfless and lives to serve and to provide for their woman. You know pretty well that you've always been a beta, haven't you? Deep down, even when you were trying to be an alpha. And you failed, obviously. Because let me guess, you've always been the one that says, it's okay, wherever you want. You've always stayed quiet in the background, waiting to be seen. You've always been second guessing yourself. You were never decisive, never assertive. Always putting her needs before yours. Always underspeaking, overthinking. You never fought for control because you don't want it. You want direction. You want a woman that tells you what to do. A woman that calls you her own. A woman that owns you. A woman that takes the lead. That's what you want, don't you? An alpha would never behave like you do, babe. They would never chase. They would never act needy. They would never be desperate for women, desperate for attention, desperate for approval. They're the opposite. They are assertive, they're dominant, they know what they want, they don't go second guessing everything they do, they don't overthink. They just go after things, and then people go after them, chasing them. A woman would never chase you. And also, the biggest difference, an alpha knows how to please a woman, knows how to make a woman feel like a woman. You can never please a woman the way an alpha does. That's why you have to look, learn, and develop skills to please us in other ways. And that's why I love betas, because they're so eager and they love being trained. They have so much patience and they really go all in their training. You know, I love training pets like you. Yeah, I called you pet. I love training you to put your needs way behind our needs, to always think about, your girl first, to be obedient, to have self-control, to follow orders, even if they're very difficult. And I'm just gonna finish this video by saying that you're not an alpha, you never will be, but that's okay, because being a beta can be beautiful too, Women like me, dominant women, we love guys like you. And if you're watching this video, you already know that. You already accepted your nature. Now it's all about training you and turning you into the perfect sub, into a good boy. Don't forget to leave a comment down below saying that you are a beta and you're proud of being one. And I'll see you in the next video.